for Hull City versus Derby County. Just trying out a new setup today, so bear with me if there's a few technical hitches. Get that little lamp out the way so you can see the full extent of the Hull City wall. I've not actually finished having my lunch. Not been long in from work, so do excuse me whilst I have a few bites of my Subway sandwich. But we will nevertheless wrap through both teams. Starting quickly with our visitors. They have Zetterstrom in goal, a back four of Wilson, Nelson, Cashin and Forsyth. Forsyth is in as Callum Elder, the former Tiger, has dropped to the bench. A midfield three of Gudman, Adams and Harness, and then a front three of Jackson and Mendes laying on the sides with Yates up top. Of course, Yates being formerly of Blackpool. That's where he pretty much got his name from. Hull City's lineup is exactly what I predicted, funny enough, with Ivo Panda in net, back four unchanged, with Cody Drama, Louis Carroll as the fullbacks, Hughes and Jones in the centre, and then moving up, a unchanged midfield three, with Gustavo Puerto Rican Slater starting alongside Xavier Simmons, who got his first goal for Hull City, and then our front three, two changes, two ones that I predicted, being Abu Kamara coming in for Liam Miller, who his knee injury seems to be a little bit more severe than what Hull City were hoping, as he's not in the matchday squad whatsoever. Mohamed Baloumi is out on the right, and Chris Bedia is up top as João Pedro has dropped to the bench. Meaning the bench for both sides, Derby have got their bench as follows. Vickers is the goalkeeper, followed up by Callum Elder, Phillips, Bradley, Osborne, Blackett, Taylor, Brown and Collins. Hull City's bench features as following. Raccioppi is the goalkeeper, of course, with Rushworth being out. Giles, McLaughlin, Omer, Pedro, Zambrano, Will Jarvis is back in with Casey Palmer and Mason Burstow to complete Hull City's bench. Starting with our visitors, yep, I've already messed up, haven't I? That's a fun one, there we are. Can I have a shout out to Tab the Kid? Up the Tigers indeed. Did the line up on your channel? Well, lovely. FaZe Jensen. Owen, is that a 6-0 Hull City prediction that you've put in there? I'm hoping so. Certainly hoping for some big things today. As we just move things around, I say apologies today if things are a little bit shaky. I've moved my setup around a little bit as I've... so the TV's over there now. You're there. And so whilst I'm watching it, it should look a little bit like this. It's a little bit less like I'm tilting off to the side. But it just does mean that the chat and things are over here. So I do have to turn my head if I want to read the chat like that. But that shouldn't be too bad. And as I did say before, apologies, I am going to have my Subway just before we go to kick off. As just 1 second. I did say everything will be a little bit hitchy, as I'm just moving stuff around. Just got to shut the door. Don't want sound leaking in from the outsides. And there we are. Sit back down. Tuck myself back in at the desk. And here we are. I probably would in future get my Mac monitor up to show things for the stream. And I assure you we are not sponsored by Subway. So, what is everyone's score prediction? I'm still sticking with my 3-1 Hull City win. Optimistic maybe, but I think the lads can get it done. Hoping so. Oh, and today is Regan Slater's 150th appearance for Hull City. Interesting that. Hopefully he can do some damage to the Rams on his 150th City appearance. Fingers crossed on that front. As we're counting down to tick off. 7 minutes until we get underway at Pride Park. So hopefully a win for the Tigers. Not 1 in 4 attempts That consisting of 2 losses and 2 draws, I believe. Or maybe 3 attempts. Go to the stats. And actually, we'll quickly rack through the early kickoffs, but whilst waiting for kickoff. So, early kickoffs today featured, last night featured a 2-1 win for Sheffield Wednesday away at Portsmouth. Of course, I believe Portsmouth is the team we're playing next Saturday at home. Coventry beat a 10-man Luton at home to win 3-2 in that game. Luton are looking a little bit dire this season. Bristol and Leeds was a 0-0 affair. And Watford beat Blackburn Rovers 1-0. Meaning, well, the rest of this weekend's fixtures are going to be kicking off in 5 minutes' time. The rest of the fixtures are all 3 o'clock kickoffs. So, hopefully, one of the victories today is Hull City taking over Derby, and more specifically, Derby County. Still apologising for having me Subway. I'm very sorry. Hopefully it won't be. It will be down before too long. I'm trying to eat it and also speak. It's quite a task without trying to choke. It's not quite Hull City Stadium food, but nevertheless, it's still something. As we are 4 minutes away from kickoff, and the teams are ready to come out at Pride Park. Derby County and Hull City. Hull City, of course, first time trialling out in their third kit, the full amber tiger printy kit, the one that looks horrible. And a win today could send the Tigers up to, I think, 10th or so, depending on the other fixtures. Oh, I apologise. I think there is one game tomorrow. Norwich City versus Middlesbrough. Yes. Aye. And here we go. Both teams walking out. Hull City still wearing their walkout jacket. Derby County braving all of the elements as they walk out. And they'll just line up just before kick-off here. So, hopefully, we see a similar level of intent and drive that we saw in the first half of the Burnley game. Hopefully, we don't let that derail, and we can keep it up throughout the full 90. And to hopefully see a key win against one of the newly promoted sides. These are fixtures that we usually struggle in doing. So a win would be nice. Just looking at the Derby mascots there. Two different types of, oh, I presume it's a male and a female ram. As they try and organise the matchday mascots into to get a photo. As they've also brought the ball out on some sort of like weird box thing. Interesting things happening at Pride Park, to say the least. But we'll kick underway. I've noticed as well that the shorts don't match the colour of the shirt. They're a little bit off for Hull City. Not a full amber. It's more of a little bit of a lighter amber and a darker amber. But the loose tiger print is prevalent nonetheless. As the players get ready to kick off with Coyle and Mendes Lang just deciding who's going to take kickoff and who's going to take sides. And it seems, we'll just wait to fully get it, but it seems Hull City will have the kickoff through Chris Bedier. As it's Louis Coyle runs back to his position. Yep, it's Bedier to kick us underway here at the Pride Park. Not the Pride Park, just Pride Park. With Chris Bedier stood over the ball at centre circle. And nearly ready to get us underway. As the officials just do their final checks. And it is. It's Chris Bedier turned his way to Simmons. And all the way across towards Drama. Drama and Abu Kamara playing in the sunlight. The little slither of sunlight over on the far hand side of the pitch. Simmons regains it. Simmons, who had a fantastic game. And certainly a fantastic second half against Burnley last time out for the Tigers. Him and Hughes put on two defensive brilliant displays. Hughes got my man of the match and made his way into the team of the week, where Mohamed Baloumi just lets that ball bobble under him, and Derby will get their first bit of action in this game, being a throw-in, which is then hoofed long, and Charlie Hughes just misreads the header. Luckily, Jones has his back there. It'll be Mendes Lang to sort of reshape some sort of attack as Derby are left backpedaling a little bit from the defensive lineup from Hull City. Mohamed Baloumi just a little bit timidly going into that challenge there. So Derby will still regain ball. And the ball then deflects off Baloumi. Goes out for a Derby throw-in. On the near-hand touchline. So they send it back towards their defensive partnership, who then rotate it out along that right-hand side, which I say still is in the sunlight. As the ball skips past Drama, Hughes has it covered. And plays it back towards Panda. Panda tries and scoops one over the attacker to get it back towards Hughes. And instead it takes a deflection off the attacker. Goes out for a goal kick for City. So Panda, who is dressed like a neon green highlighter ready to go at a rave, gets it underway towards Jones. Jones to Coyle. Coyle will then cut in back towards Panda. He'll instead play it across towards Drama. Drama looking for the ball up towards Kamara. Kamara just misreads it a little bit and wasn't the best of passes either. But it's alright. Gustavo Puerta works it back for City. Advantage worked on for City. Or not advantage, but referee just says play on. And that will be a free kick there. Gustavo Puerta just got in a little scuffle. But then the free kick has won off Abu Kamara, getting fouled in a similar format. Free kick is done underway very quickly through Hughes and Jones. Jones finds the space of Baloumi on that right-hand side. Baloumi has Regan Slater in support. He said scooped one in towards the back post, where Kamara is just sitting too deep for that one. And so he'll have to regain this through Gustavo Puerta. Puerta and Kamara playing a 1-2 there. Kamara then looks to get one in towards Simmons. Simmons back towards Hughes. Hughes will then look to rotate it across towards Coyle. Coyle in a bit of pressure. Sent it back towards Panda, who is the only City player inside of our half. Now as the defensive line make their way back, it will be played towards Jones. Afternoon, Berloxy. How are we doing, my friend? Hope we're having a good Saturday, and hopefully City getting a win can be an even better Saturday for you, as Balumi has the ball now inside of City's half. He charges forwards a little bit, looks to get Bedia on the break, but the ball doesn't find Bedia, instead finds the defensive line of Derby. And that number 6, his kick, I must say, it's quite a sight to be seen. It looks like he's just like swinging his leg at it. He has so much follow through, and he swings his leg up for quite a long time. It's quite something to be seen. Up the Tigers indeed, Lee. How are we doing, my friend? Maybe having a good Saturday. As Derby still have the ball within their defensive line, they're looking to work their way out, but Abu Kamara does well to snuff that one out. He then plays it over towards Drama. Drama looks to play a peak Real Madrid style ball back towards Kamara, but it's instead just rolls out for a Derby throw in. As it's once again with that number 6 who's got the comedic kick. It's with his left foot. He winds it up for ages, and then he has that follow through, and it's woof. As Gustavo Puerta's doing well to try and chase down the ball off the number 2. He just had a little bit too much on his shirt, and the referee has blown it for the Derby free kick. 5 minutes in here at Pride Park, 0-0 still. Derby struggling to get the ball out of their defensive line, I must say. And just as I say that, the try one, where Jackson for them, number 19, just plays it out of play rather than to the man that was dead in front of him. Unfortunate bobble, I presume it got off his foot. As City get us underway, Jones now charging a little bit forwards. Plays one towards Balumi. Balumi has to take a few strides to get to it, but it does nonetheless. Back towards Hughes. Hughes scoops one over to where Balumi should be. He'll be slated to chase it down, and it forces the Derby keeper, who is wearing the Petr Cech style rugby helmet, to nod one out of play. There's 2 balls on the pitch, so it'll just take a little bit before Coyle can get his throw-in underway. And he does so. Coyle in towards Gustavo Puerta. Puerta overlapping with Balumi. Balumi does well to make sure that the Derby player gets the last touch on the ball, and it will be the first corner kick of the game and the first one for Hull City. With Balumi and Puerta. So get your comments in. Will it be short? Will it be long? It's the game we like to play this season, short or long. I personally am going for long. I know Balumi likes to go long. He has been known to go short in his time. It is a long. It's into the box, and the keeper's away to punch it. It falls to Drama. Drama scoops it back into the area. Unfortunately, it meets the Derby player on a volley. It means that, ooh, a little bit of a dicey play there. Regan Slater's running back. Panda's running towards it. And Regan Slater nods it down towards Panda. Panda, it luckily bobbles off him. And so Derby don't get the quick counter-attack goal. It's with Abu Kamara in the penalty area. He's down. No appeals for penalty from the City player. It just seemed like he tripped over his own feet pretty much. And Derby lucky to pick up the ball there. 2 very good shouts at either end. A mix-up between Slater and Panda means that Hull City are fortunate not to give it away to Derby. And then a trip over Kamara over number 35, Nelson for Derby, means that Kamara A doesn't get the penalty and B doesn't work his attack even better. And there'll just be a little break in play as Nelson just takes a little bit of time as he just... I think the adrenaline in the moment meant why he stood back up, but as soon as he was back down, yeah. Just replaying the moment, Regan Slater nods it back and Panda's chasing out towards him, where Panda should be just holding his ground. There's no, I bet you there's no communication there, but luckily it didn't harm Hull City. It leads to a somewhat of a good chance for City, if anything. And just unfortunate with with Kamara not getting the look of it there. But Roxley, how are you guys playing so far? Not playing bad, not playing good. It's 8 minutes in. Both teams have been pretty much middle of the park. I must say, Derby are struggling to get it out of their defensive line. Which is something that shadows of Hull City in the first few games of this season. But they do have it now upon that right wing with that number 19. Cuts back in towards Mendes-Lang. Luckily, there was 4 Hull City players looking around doing absolutely nothing. But charging in Xavier Simmons, means that he does not get the ball and it goes out instead for another Derby throw-in. As they just shade back in towards the shaded part of the pitch. Now with Derby coming through the centre. Simmons does well to hack at that one and then win Hull City a free kick from the result of it. He winks to fellow City player Coyle after getting the result to go his way. So City with a free kick. Jones just barking out a few orders. Just a bit unhappy with the defensive line there. Must say, defensively up top we've been looking well. Just the defensive line has been looking a little bit sloppy in formation and positioning and everything. But Kamara plays one back towards Drama there. And Drama in towards Jones. Oh, sorry, to Pando, who's come out of his area into the D. Then plays it to Jones. Jones upfield towards Slater down this right-hand side. Slater's got loads of space to run ahead of him on this right-hand side. Here's Balumi to the right, calls to the left, uses Balumi. Balumi now scoops one in towards the box, tries to find Bedia. And Bedia, who is getting man-marked, can struggle to outmuscle Nelson. And so it's an easy grab for the Derby keeper, Zetterstrom. And so 10 minutes in at Pride Park, and it is still 0-0. No strong shots for either team, as Charlie Hughes goes bounding in there on number 10 for Derby. Wins the ball for City, so it's now with Drama. Drama will just look to reconvene. It's with Jones to Coyle. Louis Coyle now just looking for his options. Said plays the one to Balumi. Balumi now having to chase it back towards Panda. Panda then to Jones, sorry. James? We've never had a James. To Jones. Jones barking up through the midfield. It's now with Xavier Simmons. Will he get his second for Hull City? He won't. It's a bit of a comedy of errors. As Simmons seems to not get anything his way there. It goes in towards Simmons, who's on the half turn there. Turns and runs into the box. Tries and gets his shot away. It's blocked by the Derby number 32, Adams. And then he, as a result of it, falls over Adams' stray leg. As I say, more a comedy of errors rather than a shout for anything. As a scooping ball nearly finds Coyle. It instead is with number 11 into the box. And Panda there to snuff that one out before Mendes-Lang can form the sweaty to anyone. It's with Balumi now on the quick counter, but he will take it back and just wait as he realises there's more Derby players back than what he would have liked to going on that quick counter attack there. Drama to Kamara. Back towards Drama. In towards Hughes. Hughes sends one. Looking for Balumi on the right wing. It instead falls too short and goes out of play for one of those Derby throw-ins. Now with number 6 with that comedic kick to Nelson. Across down the right-hand side now for Derby. As their player just runs the ball out of play. Happily done for City. So Drama looks to try and get the quick throw-in underway. But not seeing enough movement. Instead, he's going to take his time and send it back towards Hughes. Hughes to Jones. And Jones looking forwards now. Instead, turn back and play one towards Coyle, just off his right shoulder. Cross to Hughes. Hughes now got a few options ahead of him if he wants to play the risky ball. Instead, plays it a little bit simpler towards Coyle. Coyle then plays one to Balumi. Balumi, a nice little chop down the line to find an overlapping Regan Slater. Regan Slater now looks to try and get one into the box. He instead finds Louis Coyle through a gap. Louis Coyle scooping one towards Bedia. It's nodded away by the Derby defence. A nice little few passes there meant a good attack working for City. As Derby did snuff it out in the end, though, and it's now with Hughes as he picks it up off Drama towards Xavier Simmons. Simmons towards Coyle. Jones picks it up instead. Jones, looking for the over-the-top ball to try and find Bedia. And Bedia reacted a little bit late and didn't have any sort of a run on that one. And so it's an easy grab once again for the Derby keeper. Mendes Lang now has it with Harness. His counterpart in numbers being Simmons picks it up, and it's with Bedia. Bedia gets tackled down inside of the box by Nelson. Nelson seems to be all over it defensively for Derby. No strong shouts from Hull City players other than Bedia, and no shadow of a doubt that the referee was going to give that, as City are forced to boot it long as Derby were working themselves a nice little counter attack from that one. They do pick up the balls, the boot long. Found no one as there was no one up top for City. But they're just going to slow things down a little bit as they're trying to rush things a little bit at the moment, as Hughes will do so by passing back towards Panda, who'll then get it to Jones. Back towards Hughes, and they'll just slowly walk it up the pitch with the Derby players just looking to try and reshape themselves, reformat to block anything coming here from City. Slater passes it back towards Coyle. There's a little bit of movement for City, but nothing too much. They're just inviting the Derby players that are sitting back at the moment. As it goes to Regan Slater. Slater back, as I say, towards Coyle once again. Over the top to try and find Gustavo Puerta, who nods it on. Wasn't a strong header. Wasn't a challenging header. It was an easy one for the keeper there from Gustavo Puerta. As Cody Drama does a cheeky step over to thwart the attempts of Jackson on the right-hand side. As the ball gets in. So once again with Gustavo Puerta, he then tries to do something a little bit tricky and adventurous, and it doesn't work out. So Derby will find themselves in possession once again, with their keeper just barking a few orders out just before he gets things underway to the number 6 with the comedy kick. But once again, it's back with Coyle to Balumi. Coyle was looking for something on the overlap. Instead, Balumi looks to try and get one into towards Gustavo Puerta, and it just was hooking too far away from him for Puerta to do anything. Tim Volta barking away his orders angrily on the touchline. Nice to see him back down there. Obviously after serving his one-match touchline ban after picking up a yellow card at the end of the Burnley game. Sunderland game, sorry. He was in the stands for the last game. Up the Tigers indeed. How can I watch the game? Usual places. Either get a VPN on Tigers Plus or the such locations. Just here we'll be doing the watch along as Bedia's just down on the floor there. Referee just goes to check on him. Seems to be ahead something. We'll just watch the replay there. Balumi goes over, Bedia tries to go for a header, and Nelson just seems to be either puts his hand or his elbow into the back of the head of Bedia. Nothing malicious in it, but I believe the referee just has to stop it due to it being a head injury. Nothing more. And so the ref will do a drop ball there for Derby County's Adams to do something with it. They respectfully play it backwards. And try and now work it out of that defensive line. As a charging in Drama does well to nod that one forwards. Unfortunately, it doesn't do anything but win Derby County a throw-in. As they'll get things underway on the far-hand side of being Wilson for Derby County, the right back. We'll just play it up. But Abu Kamara chasing in as well to get that one away. Gustavo Puerta now with the ball. Infield towards Balumi, who's in sort of the central area. Shoots, and Balumi It's a shot that we've seen him make a few times for City in them wonder strikes that he has scored. But Balumi, from pretty much dead central of the pitch, his left-footed effort just finds his way straight down the middle and straight into the keeper's arms for Derby County to not fall victim to a Balumi wonder strikers. A few little bobbly balls there nearly caused trouble for Derby once again. Simmons just commanding Jones to slow things down there, and he does so by sending it back towards Panda. Hello, Polska. How are you doing, my friend? Hope you're having a good Saturday. Hopefully a Hull City win will do you even better. As things, they're not looking bad. They're not looking good here. They're looking better for Hull City than they are Derby. We've had a little bit more in this game than the Rams have. Of course, the Rams, who are sponsored this season by channel sponsor FanHub. So, if it's a better time than any to download FanHub, do so now using my golden ticket code HUL-IZR. Free reward for being a football fan. FanHub. Lovely. As City just working a little bit of a pressure building from Derby, but it's back with Panda. Panda does well to distribute it to a moved out Jones, and just forcing the Derby attackers to waste their energy there. Number 10 for Derby, Yates, getting a little bit aggressive with his teammates for them not doing the same as what he was doing. Bear in mind his efforts led to absolutely nothing other than just tiring himself out. So we'll leave that as it is. Jones now towards Coyle. Coyle to Balumi. Balumi back towards Jones. With a few arms thrown in the air as City make it back in their own half rather than trying to force an attack going forwards. But it's with Drama now. Drama cutting in field. Plays it over towards Jones. Jones sees the space on the left-hand side. He decides to ignore it. Instead charges up through the middle. Nearly loses the ball. He does in the end after passing it towards Bedia, which is a bit of a misplaced pass with Bedia being heavily man-marked there. But City work it back through Drama. And then he passes it to Coyle, who then send it on towards Jones. Jones towards Hughes. Hughes just looks up a little bit. Instead of going for an over-the-top ball towards Kamara, he sends it to a Drama. Drama back towards Jones. And Jones does the exact same as what Hughes did. But he'll play it towards his wing-back being Coyle. Or full-back, I should say, not wing-back. But Coyle will play it towards Balumi. Balumi will play a chasey ball down for Regan Slater on the right-hand side. And he sends it in towards the area. It doesn't fall at the feet of Bedia. It instead falls at the feet of Adams. But City will get underway from that throw in there with Balumi. Balumi infield towards Gustavo Puerta. Puerta towards Regan Slater. Slater to Coyle. Coyle looking to shape one in. Instead goes to Regan Slater. Slater back towards Coyle. Coyle will now do the shaping in towards Bedia. And it comes off Bedia's head. And it's claims for handball, but they blow it for a free kick as Bedia just shoves his man Nelson down towards the floor when he goes up for the header. As didn't seem to be too much in it. Oh, as Nelson makes a bigger meal of it than probably what he should have done for the challenge that Bedia delivered on him. As referee says play on as Hughes just get fouled there, but Kamara's chasing up this left-hand side. Still with Kamara now. He's doing well to try and work it past the right back for Derby County. He does well to get it away towards Drama. I'm sure Kamara's efforts there will receive the applaudings from the City fans that are all the way down in that corner where he just did a little bit of magicness. And Slater just getting held on to there. Made the Hull City lose the ball there. And so Derby will try and work together a counter-attack. It looks a little bit chaotic at the moment for Derby County, as they'll send an over-the-top ball towards Yates. Of course, formerly of Blackpool. And his pass will make sure that Hull City regain possession. And Louis Coyle's pass will make sure that Derby regain possession there. As we're just throwing the ball back and forwards now, but Derby still working, trying to still get on this attack here. Jones does well to slide in on a tackle from Yates, sorry. And it's now out wide with Mohamed Baloumi. Baloumi shapes running towards the box, and it's snuffed out by Derby County. Does Benjamin Tete ring any bell? Benjamin Tete does ring some bells. Striker for City. No, former striker, sorry, for City. It's with Regan Slater now on the half turning towards the box. Shapes it back towards the back post where it doesn't even find Bedio, Gustavo Puerta or Kamara. Instead finds Derby County. Why do you ask, Baroxley? Why do you ask? As it's now up on the right hand side with Derby. They try and get one into towards the box. It takes a few deflections off City players. But they will still keep the ball, Derby. Your local team has signed him recently. Oh, wow. What team is that? I'm interested to see where Benjamin Tete gone. Because he was at FC Metz for a little bit. And that's where we sold him to. So, please let me know what your local team is. And I wish Benjamin Tete and your local team the best of luck. As it's just with Adams now for Derby. Mendes Lang. Towards Forsyth. Forsyth back towards Mendes Lang. Towards number 6 with the comedy kick. Is he going to do it? Comedy kick. Yes. But he stamps this one down a little bit more. He's got 2 different types of comedy kicks. Number 6, the comedy man. And Derby just looking to try and work something out, really, from their defensive line. Drama does well to snuff out something building from Derby. And does well to make sure the ball plays last off Jackson. So that it is a Hull City goal kick rather than a Derby County corner. And so Panda, as I mentioned, dressed as if he's ready to go to a neon rave, will get us underway. With Jones towards Drama, back towards Panda. Panda got a few options. He'll play the shortest ball towards Drama, who finds Gustavo Puerta and buckets of space in the midfield. So Puerta will use this to run. As he does so, he takes out wide towards Kamara. Kamara now chasing in. Looks to get one in. Oh, and he shoots it himself rather than playing it across to the 4 men that was in the box. And it instead finds the gloves of the keeper. Not seen that really from Kamara yet, where he tries and chases it in to get past his man and shoots it with his left foot there. Could have easily snuck in down the near-hand post, and that would be 1-0 City there. So, do not mind that on the odd occasion from Abu Kamara. But Derby County have built themselves a little bit of an attack going here. As their cross attempt deflects off the back of Cody Drummond, so it'll be a throw-in on the far-hand touchline. As they will look to play this one in. Just taking time a little bit on that throw-in, but do get it in eventually with Mendes Lang. And they do well to get the ball coming off Gustavo Puerta last to go out for a Derby County corner. It'll be Derby's first corner of the game, second corner of the game, as Hull City had one fairly early on. With the Hull City sold out away end sat at the other end of the pitch to this corner. We will go through the scores around the Championship and the Premier League at half time, so stay tuned for that. There's a little bit of confusion there, but it will have eventually been another corner to Derby County. A little bit of confusion of who it came off last. The linesman didn't really know, and I don't think the referee really did. But it is going to be a corner for Derby. Once again, Mendes Lang to whip it in. They do so. Oh, and it goes, and it's a header that troubles Panda. Panda luckily gets down quick enough to block it away, and then Coyle follows up on that block ball. As they send it back over towards Mendes Lang on that right-hand side. He's in a one-on-one with Cody Drammer. He gets the ball across from Drammer towards Jackson. Nodded away by Jones. It's chased down by Mohamed Baloumi. Baloumi still chasing it down. But Derby still have the ball here. It's been a little bit too much heavily Derby in the past 5 or so minutes, I must say. As they still have the ball in that attacking third. It's picked up by Gustavo Puerta, who has to sort of dolphin nod it a few times for it to try and get away, and it doesn't do so. It's Derby to have the ball. Derby in the penalty area. Shoot! It's blocked off the back of Xavier Simmons, who goes sliding down. Does well there to stop the shot from Harness. Does really well. Hughes blocks it away first. It ends up at the feet of Harness, who takes it quickly to shoot. And deflected, blocked, whatever you want to call it, by Xavier Simmons, who goes down slidingly. And so it will be another Derby County throw-in, to get us underway there. Drama trying to just stop anything getting into the box. It gets in towards Adams, and his shot is weak at best. And so it's an easy one for Panda to just go to his left to grab. Could have fooled Panda because Jones was blocking the angle of the ball, but not too much trouble. It's with Gustavo Puerta. Puerta goes cross field, looking for Baloumi. It instead finds Forsyth. We'll just nod it back towards the Derby County keeper. Harness trying to take it on the half turn. Baloumi comes bounding in. And unlucky not to pick it up there as Volta throws his arms up in frustration either with Baloumi or the ref. Who really knows? As Coyle goes down sliding to stop a Jackson crossing. Or a shot possibly. But it will be another Derby County corner, this time from the left-hand side. Hello, Thean. How are we doing, my friend? Hello, my Bradford City friend. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good Saturday. As Derby whip this one in. It looks like he tried to shoot it from the corner. It'll be a little tippy away from Panda. And then the shot from Adams goes wide. And so it will be a goal kick for City. As they just have a little bit of a passing play between their defensive line. Jones looking to try and make some space, leaving just Coyle and Drama at the aid of Panda. And Panda does not do well there. He tries and passes it to Regan Slater. It ends up with Adams and him trying to cross it in. Regan Slater does well to deflect it behind for a corner. Good to you. Hope you're well. I'm doing good. I'm doing good, my friend. Bradford drawing with Donny Rovers. Oh, beat up Doncaster for us, why don't you? Hoping both teams win here. As Derby have yet another corner to be whipped in. And it comes in now. Towards the back post. It's headed away by Drama. Forces the man on the edge of the area. And that volley, well, let's say it nearly went out for a throw-in. So, yeah. Goodmidge, however you say it, is probably not going to take another shot like that. So it'll be Panda to get us underway from this goal kick. Just rolls it to Jones. Jones to Drama. Drama back towards Panda. Just need to step it up a little gear here for City. They've let Derby have a little bit too much ball and a little bit too much control in the past 10 minutes. And they pick up the ball once again through a Regan-Slater mistouch. It's in the box with Derby County. Mendes Lang tries to shoot. Luckily, it takes a block and City will get underway with a counter-attack through Mohamed Baloumi. Baloumi out wide towards Abu Kamara. Derby's player slips over, so the ball does get towards Kamara. Kamara coming in towards the box. Kamara shoots, and it's just over the crossbar. As the fans behind the goal, being Derby County fans, give it quite large to Abu Kamara. Of course, Kamara played against Derby County twice last season. Yes, Derby were in League One, but so is Kamara with Portsmouth. And that's Kamara's second shot of the game. Doing an exact same thing about his first, but this time he just gets underneath it far too much. And sends it over the crossbar. Nicely done that, though, from City. Just working the counter-attack to their favour. And it will now be with Chris Bedier. Bedier's got one man in front of him. He tries to get past him, but Bedier's not doing that. And is dispossessed easily. It's with Simmons, though, for City as we regain the ball. Hughes just walking up a little bit. To Jones. Kyle Jones. Hughes. Hughes to Drama. Drama's got Kamara ahead of him down that right-hand side. He plays it to Gustavo Puerta. Puerta tries to place the cheeky ball towards Kamara once again, but Puerta still gets the ball after dispossessing the Derby County players. It ends up with Kamara, and then Kamara doesn't control it well at all, and so Derby were able to get it away from him. Combination of Kyle and Hughes as well to getting the ball back for City as Forsyth goes through the back of Hughes there. And it'll be a throw-in for Derby as Hughes went down to the deck clutching his calf. I mean, that's a little bit interesting to see what the ref saw there. But Hughes is good enough to continue play on as he plays it back towards Panda. You say 2-1, do you, Theon? Hopefully so. I said 3-1 before the game starts, but it's a little bit more of a cagey affair. Hopefully we can light something underneath our rear ends and shoot up like a firework. As it's with City now. As they play it back towards Panda. Panda to Hughes. Hughes across to Jones. Jones just goes wide towards Kyle. Kyle to Baloumi, back towards Kyle. Kyle searching infield a bit more. A few players drop around him. Kyle going for a shot himself. Ooh! It didn't have the power on it, but it just had the angle on it. It looked to try and get past the keeper. It instead had too much of an angle and went wide of the left-hand post. There's a nice little partnership there between Kyle and Baloumi, which I must say has been a nice little partnership to watch over these few games where Baloumi and Kyle have both started and played. Yeah, didn't have the cut back on that ball from Kyle. Just struggled a little bit. As it's with number 6 who has the comedy kick. Plays it over towards Nelson. It's back with Cash in the comedy kick. So he sends one comedy long towards Kyle. Kyle hoofs it away. But does find the head of harness. Back towards Forsyth for Derby. Forsyth up towards Mendes Lang. He's chopped down a little bit by Kyle. And the referee does blow for a free kick on that one. Gives Kyle a little shake of the hand. Yeah, as he just goes through the back of Mendes Lang, and it's pretty much guaranteed to be a free kick, that. as he just takes his minute to stand up. As Derby County will have this free kick inside of City's half. Pretty much slap bang halfway through City's half on this left hand side. So near hand side free kick. It's going to be curled in towards somebody. Mendes Lang seems to be pretty much on all set pieces for Derby County. Taking corners from both sides, and now long range free kicks. So he sends one lofting. Gustavo Puerta fails to get the header on it. Bedia does well to block the shot from Derby, but Derby still have possession here through Forsyth. And a stumbling Wilson, I believe, sends it back towards their keeper, who then he sends one off to the right wing. And luckily, it's just kept in play there by Derby. Looked like it was overhit a little bit by the Derby keeper. As Derby are looking to get one into the box once again. Curling cross, sorry. Blocked by Abu Kamara. They will throw it in quickly though. To get it underway quickly. And the cross sails right over the box, right over everyone. And goes out for a goal kick. So I don't even think it... I think it went out of play when he crossed it in. So it will be Panda to get us underway. Tim Volta on what I believe is still water bottle number 1. We have no true indication as we don't have a Volta cam or a Volta bottle cam, Volta bottle count. But Draman just has it now. He's inviting a little bit of pressure from the Derby attackers. Doesn't want to be inviting too much, as that's where we know City that they can slip up. But it's with Panda nonetheless. Panda to Drama. Drama out wide towards Kamara. Kamara is pretty much back where Drama should be, in left back. Instead now back with Drama and Panda. Panda back to Drama. Drama back to Panda. To Slater. Slater looks to go forwards. Sees Adams chasing in and cuts back on the half-turn towards Panda. 5 minutes left of this first half. Still 0-0 at Pride Park. As Drama just picks it off of Panda. Goes for the long effort to try and find Mohamed Baloumi. Just has a little bit too much on it. And a little bit too to the right. Means going out of play for a throw-in for Forsyth for Derby. Forsyth to throw in towards Harness. Cashin sends a crossfield ball towards Wilson, the right back who's chasing up that right-hand side, which forces Kamara back into a defensive position. As Derby just look to change sides through their defensive line. Mendes Lang plays one to Harness. Harness still up on this left-hand side. He's got Slater and Hughes both blocking him. He gets past both of them in towards the box. Chested down by Jackson, but Simmons kicks it away. Derby, once again, still in possession. Until they kick it out of play. And Drama will get us underway through a throw-in. Drama just looking for a little bit of movement from the City players before he sends one to whoever. And he does so, finally towards Hughes. Plays it back towards Drama. Drama trying to chase away from the man that was man-marking Hughes. And eventually it does work in City's favour as he gets a little bit too much of it, Yates. And it'll be a City free kick, which Drama gets underway quickly by kicking it to Hughes. He'll send it to Jones. Jones to Simmons. Simmons to Jones. Jones pointing for a little bit of space. He said sends it to Kyle to his right. Kyle has Slater ahead of him. Plays the adventurous ball to Gustavo Puerta cutting in through the midfield. has too much on it once again, and it's back with the Derby keeper. Out towards Forsyth, the left back for Derby now. Cross towards Cashin with the comedy kick. As Derby's keeper sends it long out towards the right to find Derby, but they take a deflection and kick it out for a Derby throw-in. Say 44 minutes gone at Pride Park now. Still 0-0. As Bedia comes in and blocks Nelson from getting any ball going forwards. And once again, another throw-in for the home side. As it's now just sent down the line, back towards the man who threw it in for Derby. So it's headed around. Adams eventually heads it down towards Mohamed Baloumi. Baloumi's pass then doesn't make it further than a Derby shirt that was in front of him. As Mendes Lang sends one in towards Yates, who's in the box. And Hughes does well to shepherd that one out of play from Yates, who's got some weird kind of mullet thing going on that's not a mullet. He's just shaved the size of his head by the looks of things. Doesn't look the best, but ho-hum, each to their own. Panda will get us underway from a long kick. Coming in towards the end of this first half. With, I presume will just be the 1 minute of added on time. If any added on time. Panda sends it long. Does find the head of a Derby player. But then it eventually does find its way back towards Panda, who has no problem in just bowling out towards Jones. And yep, there's the clarification. 1 minute added time for this first half. Nothing majorly to write home about. As I did say in my video yesterday, or my title of my video, it'll be a bit of a dogfight to try and get the 3 points here. Both teams kind of wanting it. As Derby's keeper will just hold on to it for a few seconds before picking it up. Just looking to time waste out the rest of this first half. And so both teams can go into half time standing at 0-0. As he kicks one long. It's back in towards the City defence that get it to Baloumi. Baloumi nods it over to Slater. Slater trying to get it back towards Baloumi. Baloumi just seems to be a little bit ahead of that ball. Forsyth will pick it up for Derby. Throws it in towards Adams. And the whistle should be going to the referee's lips about now. Yes. So it is a 0-0 first half at Pride Park. Both teams looking to try and grab something, but couldn't quite break down the other. Derby having a few of the better chances at the end of that first half, but for large spells it was pretty much all Hull City. As the players will go in for their half-time team talk with Tim Volter. So what do we all make for that first half? As I will just try and get the scores up for elsewhere in the championship. Okay. Championship. Okay, scores in the championship run as following. Of course, last night's kickoff was a 2-1 win away for Sheffield Wednesday. The early kickoffs today, the three of them. Coventry beat a 10-man Luton Town 3-2 at home. It was a 0-0 affair for Bristol City versus Leeds United. And a 1-0 win for Watford at home to Blackburn Rovers. The 3 o'clock kickoffs now. Swansea Millwall, currently 0-0. Not quite half time there. Sheffield United lead Stoke 1-0. Just coming into half-time there as well. Of course, Derby Hull is a 0-0, as well as Burnley QPR, and so is West Brom Cardiff. Sunderland, however, are leading Oxford United 1-0 at home, coming into half-time, and so are Preston, who lead 2-0 away at Plymouth Argyle. Let's have a look at the scores in the Premier League. So, last night's kickoff, was a 3-1 win away for Nottingham Forest. Man City are currently beating Southampton 1-0. It's 2-2. Brentford Ipswich. I swear that was 2-0 just a minute ago. Yes. 2 goals in the space of 2 minutes at the end of the first half. I mean, Brentford whack it back in towards 2-2. Brighton are leading by 1-0 to 0 against Wolves, and Aston Villa and Bournemouth is currently 0-0. So, yes, late kickoff this evening in the Premier League, Everton Fulham. Then 4 games tomorrow. The 2 o'clock ones are Crystal Palace Tottenham, Chelsea Newcastle, West Ham Man U, and then that late one, Arsenal Liverpool, that I can't call. So yeah, Brentford Ipswich. Let's have a look at the lineup, because I mean both teams have. So Keenless Potter is starting for Brentford. Damn. Liam Delap is on the bench for Ipswich, and of course Greaves has a bit of an injury. Carvalho is on the bench as well. So Delap and Carvalho sat on the bench for their respective sides. Both of them, of course, playing for City last season. Have a quick look at the Championship table. Of course, it's too early to look at the table, but we still like to do so. City currently sitting in 17th with 14 points. If they can turn this draw into a win, it would mean that we would go up to 10th if things stand as they do. Of course, things can change. So, yeah. And Derby, we won't talk about if they can turn this draw into a win, because they hopefully won't. And so, yeah, after playing 3 games in the space of 1 week, or less than a week actually, 6 days to play 3 games for City. We look at the moment like we're just going to have lost the 1, which isn't too bad. Could do with a win today, but it isn't too bad. Also, we like to go through the stats at half-time. Shots, 6 for Derby, 4 for Hull. Shots on target, 2 for Derby. Miserable 1 for Hull. Of course, that one just being that Abu Kamara effort. Possession. It is a little bit more in favour of Hull with 53%. Passes, 244 for Hull, 212 for Derby. Pass accuracy, 84% for Hull, 80% for Derby. Fouls, 3 apiece. No yellow cards, no red cards, no offsides. And corners, 4 for Derby, 1 for Hull. We just need to challenge up top a bit more. That's what we've been saying. When it doesn't work, it's because we're not challenging up top. Lord, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, my. Delilah. Oh, I'm going to have my half-time cookie. We need it. We need the sugar boost. And this is going to bring some good luck to Hull City. This right here. This cookie. Good luck to Hull City. Mark my words. 3-1 victory. Here we come. Would be nice to see Bursto have a go. He's got a bit of pace. I don't know if he does. I think if you want pace up top, your best bet is probably to bring on João Pedro. Because from what I've seen of Bursto, yeah, it looks like he should have pace. But he runs in a way where it seems like he doesn't. We'll say that. This game definitely does just need probably Bedia coming off, Pedro going on. Because yes, you want the strength on strength because the Derby are a very strong and physical team. But if you have a João Pedro just there to just run past the defenders, it might work. This is a game I could have seen last season. Aaron Conley thriving in. Of course, he's now at Sunderland, so hopefully he doesn't thrive in it this game this year. And I believe Derby have got some cheerleaders on the pitch. Interesting. So, yeah, what we all thinking of the first half? Any dire subs to be made at halftime? I don't think so. I think the Pedro for Bedia shout could happen maybe 10, 15, 20 into the next half. Of course, depending on what happens. I think we need quite a bit of luck, so I'm going to go in for a second cookie. Damn, bro, I almost missed this again. I got the game right now. I always seem to have a game on when Hull City are playing. Are you sure that you just don't play for Hull City? Or a fellow championship team, that matter? Oh, Lord. Oh. Stretch out before half time. Oh, my. Bit of a dreary first half, I must say. Almost ready to nod off. Oh, aye. Let me check up on the FPL. How have we been playing her? Oh, I wish coaching youngsters today. 3 games between my multiple teams. Oof, busy one. Same old really. Struggling to get anything stringable attacking going. Leaving everything for the defence to do. Which means when Derby do get a ball into the box, it looks dangerous, but fortunate. They've been stumbling over their feet a little bit, so it's been good for us. Oh, well, I was going to check up on my FPL, but for some reason it's showing that none of the players have played yet, when I know for a fact that Winks played last night and got 4 points. So, shut the team down and reopen it up again. Interesting. There we go. Meh, not too bad. Haaland captained. Good choice for me. Top level managerial thing. KLP's not done anything yet. And he'll lose a point, won't he? For 2 goals. Watkins, 1 point. Come on, Watkins, just score a goal. You've done nothing this season. Digne, Gvardiol, both 1 point both. It's online for a clean sheet, so we'll wait and see. I hope everyone else's FPLs are going well as both teams come out for the second half. And so it will be Derby to get us underway for the second half, as Hull City did so in the first. Don't believe there's been any changes for either side. Just check that. Somebody's tagged me in a post on Twitter to do with the 42nd birthday of Caleb Folham. Interesting. Oh, he seems to have tagged in quite a few Hull City football accounts in the FA of Ireland. Not actually tagging in Hull City, just some Hull City news accounts. Interesting. Very interesting. I'll give it a like, nonetheless. As I'm missing the second half of distractions from Twitter. As Derby get us underway, we've got a ball going along and Panda easily picks that one up. Underway, Jones to Coyle. Coyle to Omer. I do tell a lie, there's been a change. Palmer and Omer are on for Puerto and Slater. Wow. Straight away, fresh legs in the midfield. All right, Tim Volter. So 2 pair of fresh legs. Casey Palmer and Abdul Shamir. Both of whom came on at the same time against Sunderland. Not the same minute, I mean both players came on in the same substitution period. Interesting that. We still have 3 opportunities to make the 3 last subs, because of course 5 subs over 3 opportunities, not including half time. But 2 fresh legs in the attacking midfield. I personally wouldn't have brought Puerta off. I thought he didn't do too bad. But Volta obviously wants the fresh legs in. I'd have probably gone, if you wanted to do 2 subs, maybe Palmer or Omer on for the for Regan Slater. But I'd maybe taken Bedia off for Pedro rather than Gustavo Puerta for the other of the midfield options that I named. Anyway, it's with Drama on the left-hand side, in towards Casey Palmer. Hughes to Palmer on the left. Back towards Drama. Drama got a bit of a chase behind him from Jackson, send it over towards Jones. City certainly being a bit more higher up the pitch than what they did at the end of that first half. Let's go Palmer in the chat from Mexico Rolls. It's with Balumi up on the right-hand side. Balumi trying to get past his 2 men. Kind of does so. Ball ends up at the feet of Abdul Shamir. Bobbles away and ends up then eventually with Alfie Jones. Jones does well to keep hold of the ball, as he's just pulled down there. So it will be a free kick in a somewhat of a attacking dangerous area. It's out on the right, but done well by charging forwards Jones, who's pulled down by Hackness. Could say Hackness hacks at Alfie Jones. Plummer. Oh, have I put Plummer on the thing? That's me rushing to get it all done. I apologise. I'm not changing it now because I focus on the game. But I'm very sorry for saying that there's a Plummer on the bench. There's in fact a Casey Palmer, Jamaica's finest. And Omer Coyle standing over this free kick. Will be Omer to dummy it so Coyle can take it. Swinging into the box. Finds the heads of nobody. And Casey Palmer looking ready to pounce onto it. Didn't do so. And so Derby County looking to go forwards. With number 6, who has the comedy kick, back towards their keeper. 5 minutes already gone in this second half. Time flying by there a little bit. Ball up towards the right-hand side to try and find Balumi. And that's brilliantly shepherded off by the Derby County player, because he had a little bit of time, a little bit longer time to shepherd out the ball than usual. But he still gets the ball out of play. And so Derby County will regain themselves from a goal kick. Sent long by Cashin. But it's ended up eventually at the feet of Alfie Jones, uncontested. To Drama. Drama over to Pando, just outside of his area, looking to try and make some space for that passing play that Hull City like to do in this Volta ball setup. It's with Coyle. Don't know why I had a lisp on that one. Fifth Coyle. Xavier Simmons now. Simmons to Jones. Back to Simmons. Simmons just looking to run forwards a little bit. Plays it to Coyle over on his right hand side. Coyle cutting infield now. Plays it back towards Jones. Jones to Hughes. Hughes will then play it back towards Jones. Thumbs up as well, Lee. Thumbs up at all. Big thumbs, big thumbs. It's now with Drama. Drama charging forwards down the left-hand side. Drama sending one crossfield towards Balumi. He does nestle down nicely at the feet of Balumi. He has Omar inside, but Balumi will go alone. He shoots distance out from the right-hand side. And once again, it's another one of them shots that just ends up at the knee of the keeper. It'll count for another shot on target, I'm sure. But it doesn't result in a goal or a strong goal effort for City. As Derby try and get underway long, all it does is end up at the feet of Coyle, who plays it to Jones to Simmons. Simmons charging up, going a little bit more left, ends up with Drama. Drama sends one in towards Hughes, who's charging forwards. And does well to pick up the foul off Adams. Gets hacked down. And so it'll be another free kick for City inside of the Derby half. Must say Hughes is proving to be that real game changer for City. And basically the perfect Jacob Greaves replacement. You want to call him Harry Maguire-esque, want to call him Jacob Greaves-esque, that's what he's there for. I'm sure once the time comes to sell him on, if we ever do, he'll fetch a pretty penny when we do so. And it's now with Hughes, the former Wigan man, over to try and find Omar up on the right-hand side. Isn't able to control that one down. And so Derby will once again get us underway from a throw-in. I'm convinced that they just keep on getting their throw-ins down for Forsyth. In towards Coyle, back towards Forsyth, who volleys one up towards Mendes-Lang on the left wing. He instead is controlled a little bit by City, and so it ends up eventually with Cody Drummer after a little bit of a bobbly round play from City. Abu Kamara gets some of his first touches in the second half towards Simmons. Simmons to Jones. Jones just using the space he has ahead of him to walk forwards a little bit with the ball. Pointing for Balumi to go back to free up the space for Abdushamer. Abdushamer looking for Coyle on the overlap. And instead, Derby County will easily regain possession through their keeper and their defender having some good communication there. That defender being Cashin, the number 6, with the comedy kick. Bedia comes pounding forward to try and gain possession once again for City. But Derby's keeper will send it long, only as long towards the path of Hughes. Simmons lets the ball get away from him a little bit, but a sliding effort stops Yates from getting the ball for Derby, and so City will keep the possession with themselves after completing a few successful passes. It's with Drama out on the left, up towards Casey Palmer. Palmer towards Abu Kamara. Kamara's got Palmer to the left of him. Instead goes alone. Abu Kamara taking the shot. This time, the keeper has to dive down to his left rather than just take it straight at his feet. It's with Casey Palmer once again. Palmer plays one inside towards Abu Kamara. Kamara cuts back, looking for Abdushamer. It's with Abdushamer, but he just lets the ball deflect off his feet. Back in towards the box from Coyle. And again, down at Casey Palmer's feet. It's nearly picked up by Cody Drama. It is picked up by Cody Drama as he slides in there. Very well done to stop Jackson getting anything going down the right-hand side for Derby. And Tim Volta plays a little bit of a joke on Jackson as he's asking for the ball, and Tim Volta just throws it just to his right-hand side so that he isn't able to catch it to just dominate who is in charge here, and that being the German Tim Volta. A few good building of moments there. The shot from Kamara was nice. Would have just liked a little bit more conviction from both Kamara and City in that aspect. As Hughes goes in sliding once again to a really nice tackle there. Send the ball out on the opposite side of the pitch from where Drama was. Hughes and Drama both having back-to-back defensive excellent games. Both of them were excellent against Burnley. And both are proven to be excellent here today at Pride Park. As it's now with Wilson for Derby. Wilson sends one up the line towards Jackson. It instead goes out of play, and City will reconvene from this throw-in. City will take their time to get this throw-in underway. And while doing so... Oh, sorry, Wilson. It's a Derby County throw-in. I apologise. Must have took a deflection, that Wilson ball. And so Derby County will keep it going. Jackson in towards Panda. Panda easy to pick that one up. And he'll take his time to distribute this one out. A little bit of a scuffy shot from Jackson that was. It's ended up in the box with Casey Palmer. It's hoofed away though by Derby. Picked up now by Simmons. Simmons once again! It's 2 goals in 2 games for Xavier Simmons as he goes running towards the City end, screaming, shouting, knee sliding in front of the away end, salutes the travelling fans as City go 1-0 up through a Xavier Simmons once again shot from outside of the box and bobbles past the keeper. He did it against Burnley and he's done it today against Derby. What a turn of events this has been. Simmons, 3 games on the trot where he started the CDM position. Not done that yet for City. The assist will go down for Mohamed Baloumi, who just plays it nicely to the feet of Xavier Simmons. And all he has to do is shoot. And the angle that he got on it meant it was easily curving past the opposition keeper. That's better than the one he got against Burnley. And it's 1-0 City. Fantastic. Beautiful stuff, that. Let's change the score on the screen around. As City lead 1-0. Fantastic. Oh. Little round of applause. Little round of applause for Xavier Simmons. There you go. Take the clap. Take the clap, Simmons. There's 58 minutes gone. City possibly looking for another one as they aren't sitting behind, and Jones is doing exactly what I am, clapping on the team. Simmons now with the ball out wide towards Abu Kamara. Kamara to Drama. Drama to Simmons. And up towards Abdushamer. Omer once again isn't winning that header. No. And there's a little foul in there, so Derby will get themselves a free kick. And some subs coming on now for Derby. Triple change it will be. None of the 3 men are, in fact, Callum Elder. Coming off will be Jerry Yates, as he's replaced by Brown. I presume these are all attack-minded changes. Coming off as well is Mendes Lang. Or Lang, however you want to pronounce it. He's replaced by Blackett Taylor. And then the third and final change for Derby. Coming off is Goodmidge. And replacing him is Osborne. So there's your 3 changes for Derby as we kick underway. Which TV channel, Jaffroff? It is on Tigers Plus. I presume Rams TV, is it? So whichever you get it on, but it's with Abu Kamara at the moment. He plays a Megs to try and get it to Bedia. Does so. A nice little trifecta of passes between Kamara, Bedia and Palmer. Kamara going into the box, into the path of both Bedia and Mohamed Baloumi. Sails past both of them. And it's with Abdushamer. Coyle now shoots. And it's an easy one for the keeper to pick up. Alright, Luca, how are we doing, my friend? Big ups to you. Big ups to you, my friend. Hope you're having a good Saturday. Hope everything is well. City are leading 1-0. at Pride Park. Derby just in possession now. These are the moments that you don't want to happen, where City just reluctantly sit back. We've got still 30 more minutes. Don't want to sit back for 30. That's what happened against Burnley, and that's how we nearly lost that Burnley game. So, we need to keep up that intent that we started this first half with. The first period of the second half, I apologise. As Derby get one going forwards, it's Brown on top of it. Jones does well to sort it out, but the referee does blow for a free kick down pretty much on the touchline on the far hand side. Presumed from Jones's efforts on Brown. Didn't look too much into it, but once again the referee does blow it. Seems like the referee, yeah, he's been consistent, but he's given it away a little bit too freely there. Derby have a corner-esque free kick to come in with Mohamed Baloumi standing as the man on the wall down on the touchline. Derby will just get this one coming in as soon as the player decides that he can actually kick a ball. He gets it coming in now, in towards the box, nestles down at the Derby player's feet, and it's shot, it's took a deflection and it's gone wide. Harness took the shot and it took a deflection off, I believe, Cody Drammer, and nestles to go wide. Derby got the corner in quickly, in towards the area, could have been in the goal, it wasn't, and the follow-up attempt should have maybe found the back of the net once again. So, two nearly good chances there for Derby. Nelson and I believe Adams both were the men with the shot. Nelson with the header that was blocked off the line, and then Adams with the curling shot that went out once again for a goal kick. Double change now. This is the one that I was talking about earlier. It will be João Pedro to come on for Chris Bedia. Wanting maybe a bit more pace inside of this team, especially up top. I mean, if we are going to sit back, which I don't agree with personally, for the next 27 minutes, you probably do want João Pedro as the man up top who can run onto the balls and produce counter-attacks going quickly. So, yes. But hopefully City don't sit back. If they are bringing on a striker, you probably presume that they are going for the for that second goal. Hopefully do so. Panda just works its way over towards Coyle and plays it 1-2 back towards Coyle to Abdushamer. Abdushamer, who just got dispossessed a little bit, but it does go out eventually from Adams for a City throw-in. And Coyle will get this throw-in going on the far-hand touchline. Just takes a moment to clean the ball before launching one in towards Omer. Omer sends it back towards Jones as he was in a bit of pressure, who sends it back towards Panda. Panda back to Jones, which flukes the coming in Brown. And he sends it long up to try and find Baloumi on the right wing. The header then eventually finds Adams' feet, who then sends it over towards Nelson. Nelson to Cashin. João Pedro is chasing him down. Cashin does get the kick away before Nelson puts a foot in. And Louis Coyle smirks whilst walking away as Derby County had themselves a free kick on Louis Coyle's challenge there. So it will be another Derby free kick as they swing it in. Oh, and it's a goal! It's a goal for Brown. It's 1-1. Dear, oh dear. The free kick was swung in. And Brown just managed to whittle his way free. Jones lost him, and I don't know who the other man was trying to be marking, but Brown whittles free. And it's 1-1. Change the scorecard on the screen. And everything's back level at Pride Park once again. Dear, oh dear. My. Delilah. Anyway, City go forwards now, looking to try and get something going. Abdushamir does well to not go for that header there. City have themselves a corner. Will it be short? Will it be long? I'm going for short. It's Balumi over on the right hand side. Casey Palmer's there in support. I'm going for short. Let me know. Do you think it'll be short? Do you think it'll be long? And it's short. I win. Yay. But City do lose possession because Casey Palmer doesn't string a pass. And so Derby nearly getting away there. Mohamed Balumi does well to chase back to stop the break happening. As Casey Palmer gives it away again. As Jackson just shoves it into the back, shoves his shoulder into the back of Jones. Looking to try and win the corner kick. Doesn't do so. And it will be a goal kick for City. Jackson just looking a little bit frustrated there. That he didn't get that call. Which rightfully you shouldn't. You can't shove your arm or shoulder or elbow, whatever, into the back of someone. Panda to Drama. Drama to Simmons to Panda. Panda to Hughes. Hughes towards Coyle, towards Panda. Panda to Omer. Abdushamir just pulled down there and wins the free kick for City off Adams for Derby. Adams, who's been a little bit dirty in the second half. Casey Palmer once again dispossessed. It's not looking that good today to Casey Palmer, must say. Hughes back towards Panda. Panda then towards Palmer. Can he keep the ball? He makes a successful pass. But then the ball back to him. He does get dispossessed on. You can't write this stuff. You can't write it. As Simmons puts in a flying leg to keep the ball in City's possession. Sends it to Kamara towards Palmer. Palmer, you know the drill. Dispossessed. I don't know what's happened with Palmer in this game. As Adams is just looking like he might need some medical attention for Derby. The ref said he can go off the pitch or he can stay and continue fighting on. As he looks like he may have just pulled his left bum cheek or something like that. He continues playing on. Adams has been a little bit dirty in this game, I must say. Dirty man. Omer towards Balumi on the right. Balumi hooks one in to try and find João Pedro. Instead gets into the gloves of the Derby keeper. And it gets its way across towards Nelson in that defensive line now for Derby. Trying to work some up that right-hand side. Drama does well to snuff it out. Simmons does well to follow it up. And the referee does not like what Simmons did. Hey! Players charging in now on Simmons. Ooh. Simmons didn't do too much wrong there. Maybe a little bit tasty in it. But Cashin comes charging in there as well to the referee. Simmons does get a yellow card, shakes Harness's hand. There was no need for the Derby players to come charging in on Simmons there. Let's watch the thing again. No. If anything, it's a 50-50. Simmons is unfortunate to get the yellow card there. And the Derby players are a bit of knobheads to come charging in there. Absolutely fuming with that. Should not have happened in the slightest. Absolutely fuming. And now Hughes is down. So he goes up for a header and lands down on his shoulder. Hopefully he's okay. Could really do without losing Hughes. He's back up on his feet. Just catching his breath a little bit there. Seems to be okay. Oh, and the Jackson Derby player comes charging in on a drop ball. I do not like Derby in the slightest. Dirtier than Arsenal back in the day. But City now working it well. Coyle in the box towards João Pedro's head. Doesn't get the header on. It ends up then with Drama towards Abu Kamara. Kamara back towards Drama. Drama lets it roll past towards Hughes. Hughes one into the box. In towards... Oh, Pedro! Trying to nod one into the back of the net. Instead, it just glistens off of his head and goes behind for a Derby goal kick. But I'm not liking what Derby are turning into in this second half. Becoming right dirty little ones. First charging in onto a player who's just put a somewhat of an okay 50-50 challenge in. And then trying to charge in on a drop ball. Do not like this in the slightest, Derby. Fix your attitude out now. As Panda comes charging out to kick this one clear. City win the free kick. As Panda was fouled once again, if you haven't guessed it, by Jackson, the man who was charging in on the drop ball. Jackson and Adams, and whoever the defender was that came charging in on Simmons, well, they're all knobheads. To put it bluntly. Knobheads, a lot of them. Drama now. Towards Panda. Panda sending one upfield, maybe? Towards Hughes. Hughes back towards Panda. Panda to Drama. Drama to Kamara. Kamara's sitting a bit deep. Goes back towards Panda. Panda in towards somebody, maybe, possibly. He is. He's going to go upfield towards Coyle. Let the ball at his feet for a little bit of time. Coyle now trying to test the feet of Palmer and maybe João Pedro. João Pedro chasing onto the ball back from Cashin towards the keeper, but had too much on it for him to really challenge it. It is ending up with Abu Kamara. Kamara to Louis Coyle. Louis Coyle hooking one back nicely towards Abu Kamara, who controls it nicely Infield towards Abdushamer. Abdushamer sending one out wide towards Alfie Jones. Jones sees Balumi up ahead of him to his right. Uses him. Balumi up on the right. Cuts one infield a little bit more to Abdushamer. Abdushamer back in that right wing position that Balumi was in. Towards Drama. Drama to Hughes. Hughes looks to get back towards Balumi and he does so. Balumi looking maybe to shape one in towards the box. Unfortunately, he tries and plays a nice little pass towards Palmer. And it takes a deflection off the Derby man. Derby will then try and get themselves a counter-attack going. The referee will blow his whistle on Charlie Hughes. Giving Charlie Hughes a yellow card for a foul there on the halfway line to stop Derby getting anything going in that counter-attack play. So it'll be a second yellow card of the game, second one for City, and it's Hughes picking up there. Derby once again with a free kick in a similar position from where they scored the last one. And this time comes off the head of Cashin, who's slapping his thighs in frustration. But Panda is easy there to grab that one. The header does not fool him that time. So it comes out towards Drama. Drama in towards Palmer. Palmer doesn't get dispossessed this time and plays it towards Jones. Jones to Hughes. Hughes back towards Jones. 12-13 minutes left at Pride Park and it's 1-1. I did predict a 3-1 City win, so 2 more goals for City and I would be in the money. I wouldn't be because I didn't put a bet on, but you know what I mean. We'd still be in the money because Hull City have got a win. Hughes hooks one up wide right towards Balumi. Balumi cutting in. Balumi into the box. Gets one in towards Simmons' head. Simmons nearly was on for the brace there. It ends up at the feet of Abu Kamara. Kamara to Drama. Drama back in towards the box to back post to Abdushamer. And the keeper somehow snuffs out of mid-air with one hand, it seems. He's looking to try and get things going quickly. City blocking his avenues. Does well to make sure that he doesn't do so. And his only options is to play the slow ball out the back, which does end up with Jackson up on this right-hand side. Back with Nelson for Derby. Nelson in towards Hackness. Hackness up on the right-hand side for Brown. Brown just beated Hughes to that ball there. Tried to cross one in the ball into the box, and it instead ends up all the way at the other side for a Hull City throw-in. That tells you just how good that cross was. As Louis Coyle will take this one. 11 minutes to go, plus additional time. Presume there'll be a little bit of it through the little stint of injuries and the 2 goals for either team. As Coyle's just body slammed there by the Derby player. And the Derby man seems to leave a little bit too much into it. It's Cashin. He just stands over Coyle's body. And he's another one on the knobhead list. Knobhead list is growing. And it's growing fast with Derby player names. Coyle, though, eventually get this story taken underway to João Pedro. João Pedro looks in field. Instead plays it back towards Panda. Panda to Drama. Drama over to Kamara. Kamara lost one up towards João Pedro. João Pedro just pulled to the ground. Could you guess who it's by? Cashin, who has a funny kick. I don't know why you're getting so big, my friend, because you kick like an elephant getting ready to wind up to attack its mother. Pipe down, you skinhead man. Drama and Hughes play 1-2 to get the free kick underway. And we'll go to Palmer. Palmer to Drama to Hughes. Or should I say Hughes? Hughes to Jones. Jones looks for Coyle. Uses Coyle. Gets to Coyle. Coyle running. Still Coyle towards Kamara. Kamara in towards Drama. Drama shoots to Omer. Omer gets the deflected ball and picks up once again off Balumi. Back now with Balumi from Omer. Balumi scooping one in towards the box. Doesn't quite find a City player. Finds the one little space where there isn't a City player in that area that he was crossing into. City do still have the ball now, though, through Simmons and Jones. Really need something to work off this attack here. Jones out wide towards Abu Kamara. Kamara. Offside call there. I don't believe with the linesman on that call, but each to their own, I guess, as the goalkeeper will take his time to get this one underway. As it looks like Mason Burstow will be coming on for Mohamed Balumi. So, there you go, Lee. You get to see what Burstow, a bit more of what Burstow has to offer in these final 8+ minutes. As Balumi comes off, replaced by another attacking option in Mason Burstow. Burstow, who got his first goal for City in non-competitive format in that friendly out in Turkey. Looking for his first inner competitive shirt for Hull City now. Only managed to get, I believe, 1 goal last season in all competitions for Sunderland. Looking to increase that after being picked up on a big transfer. A long transfer, sorry, from Chelsea this summer to Hull City. Pando will loft one to Kamara. Kamara in towards Palmer. Palmer is dispossessed, but Abu Kamara compounding in. Impressed with him in this game, Abu Kamara. He gets it to Casey Palmer. Casey Palmer looking for Mason Burstow through the middle. Doesn't quite find the avenue of Mason Burstow. And Abdushamir gives a little bit too much away there to Adams, the filthy man. And so it'll go down as a Derby free kick. Once again, it's Abdushamir's not giving anything there. It's Adams. He's almost just sniffed Abdushamir and gone down pretty much. So the Derby keeper will get one underway. He'll score your other 2 goals. I hope so. I hope so, Lee. For his sake and mine and City's. There's yeah, I must say I'm not liking this Derby team whatsoever. It's Jones now. Jones just walking up the pitch. Derby backtracking a little bit. But as soon as the ball goes out towards Drama, they're coming in, charging forwards towards him. Drama gets it nicely down towards Abu Kamara on this left-hand side. He tries to get the cheeky ball back towards Drama. He eventually gets it back up with Abu Kamara. Kamara goes down. There's penalty shouts. Obviously, penalty that, referee. But no, he waves that one off. City still have possession, but Abu Kamara just pulled down in the box. It may have been a weak challenge, but it still was a challenge to take down the man who had the ball in the box in Abu Kamara. Ball into the area, and that was an easy pickup for the Derby keeper. We'll look at the replay of that again. Nelson gives it away to Abu Kamara, and Adams just pulls Abu Kamara down. If you're going to give 2 free kicks for similar instances earlier on in the game, you got to give the penalty there. Oh, Lord. Still, 5 minutes to go plus injury time. As Panda has it, sends it towards Jones. And City still do have 1 more sub in them. Don't forget. Derby still have 2. As the ball's over the top towards João Pedro. João Pedro just doesn't have the pace to get into it. I believe it was a bit too of a strong hit ball anyway. But unfortunate that one. It's interesting to see how Mason Burstow is playing out on the right wing, replacing where Balumi was. As it's with Jackson now for Derby on this right hand side. Now with Hackness. Kamara just prods it out of play. And so Derby will have a throwing opportunity on this near-hand side. While he does so, Brown goes down in the box. And so the physios for Derby will rush onto the pitch. This, of course, will be adding up on the clock for extra time, injury time. Brown just down holding his ankle. It's just classic time wasting from this dirty Derby team, as they are more than happy to pick up the 1-1 draw here, whereas City are looking for a lot more in these closing minutes. And Derby just having a moment to regather with their coach and have a drink, just while Brown is down receiving stuff on his ankle. And I think Derby might be getting ready. Yeah, Derby are getting ready to bring Brown off. So it will be a necessary change, this Brown going down. So maybe not as big of time wasting as I originally thought, but still, I still stand by the fact that Derby are dirty. You can tell by that. Tell that by the muck on their shirts. That's what you get for wearing white. Oh well, Derby will take this opportunity anyway to bring 2 players on. So it's Brown, the man who's down injured. So I presume one of these subs are to replace him, but they will use this opportunity to bring on another pair of fresh legs for somebody else. Tim Volta sat on the bench shaking his head, whilst Brown is helped off the field. Slowly does it, because of course Derby would like to time waste as much as possible. Frustrating this. Brown, of course, the goal scorer for Derby. Still taking his time to get off the pitch. He can run and knee slide when he wants to score a goal, but when he wants to walk off the pitch, it takes him forever. Still waiting for him to get off the pitch. There we go, he's finally got off. And it'll be Phillips to come on for Brown. Is that Nat Phillips? Is that Phillips at Derby? He is. What's Nat Phillips doing at Derby? I can't believe that. Nat Phillips is at Derby. Funny that. And so 1 minute of regular time to be played here. Hughes gets the free kick for City underway quickly, as Drama has it now, just walking up the pitch. 1 minute of regular time, as I say. Unsure on how much injury there will be. My bets is probably 3 minutes. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a little bit more, though. As Hughes towards Drama. Drama upfield towards Casey Palmer. Palmer back towards Hughes. Drama, sorry. Drama looking for Mason Burstow. It does end up with Mason Burstow. Nicely done there. Omer to Mason Burstow once again. Burstow plays it to Coyle. In towards the box from Coyle. And it took a glancing header. Everyone's claiming it came off their player. But it in fact came off a Derby player. And so it will be a free kick. Sorry, a corner kick, not a free kick. Scott, he's on loan. He's on loan, is he? Is he like 27 or something? So 7 minutes. 7 minutes added on. 7 minutes still to be played here at Pride Park. 1-1. City goes short from the corner. Drama tries and plays like a Travella pass into the box. Doesn't work. Omer does well to pick up the ball, but the referee has already blown for a free kick for some reason. I didn't quite see it. Let's watch this again. Oh, he just cockles his ankle when he goes in to play the ball out. And I think it's because there's another City player coming in as well. the free kick get given to Jackson, but it's not a free kick. You can't give a free kick and a yellow card to Mason Burstow. You can't give that for a man cockling over his own ankle. Absolutely atrocious, that. Alright, Derby will get us underway from the goal kick. Hoofed long, Jones's head blocks it away for City. Kamara tries to send it towards João Pedro. Come on City indeed. Thank you for the stream from Florida. Well, thank you very much from Florida. Hope you're enjoying it. We're having a lovely start to your Saturday over on the west coast of America. Oh, sorry, not the west coast. East coast? Over in Florida, we'll just say that. It's what? Is it like 10, 11 in the morning there? So hopefully you're having a good start to your Saturday. And hopefully a City win here brings better fortune to your Saturday. As ball's played to Drama. Drama tries and fires João Pedro again, and it's just took a deflection once again off the Derby defence. And so Derby will charge forwards. 92 minutes played, 97 minimum. Jackson just comes in sliding. Oh, and that was a high foot from Adams. The dirty Adams, a high foot on Mason Burstow. And the referee doesn't even want to have any of it. Frustrating, that. High foot, clear as day. As Adams whittles his way into the box, he shoots it high over the bar, and he deserves to be so. Or, sorry, it's Black and Taylor, or whatever his name is. With the shot. Dirty, 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 that. That high foot. Anyway, Abu Kamara will send it back towards Panda. Panda hooves one up towards Casey Palmer. Casey Palmer trying to come through the back of his man. Doesn't do so. And Kamara with a bit of a disgust look on his face. As Derby just have the ball now in the attacking third. And City do well to sort of try and force it back towards their defensive line. Still got around 4 more minutes to be played here at Pride Park. 1-1 being the scoring at the moment, as Derby trying to look to get one into the box. They are fighting a bit more now that they've got this extra time here, Derby. As their time wasting paid off, but it's Abdushamer who picks up the loose ball for City. Charging forwards, Abdushamer still. He's just pulled back there, and that surely has to be a yellow card. Yes, it is. Finally, the referee has given a yellow card to Derby, and it's to Forsyth, who picks up the yellow card for just bringing down Abdushamer. As things look like they might end all square here. It is Coyle, though, to take this free kick. Nearly everyone bar the keeper is up for City. And it's going to be swung in. Looking for a head. He does find the head of Simmons. Down by the feet of Palmer. Palmer looking to make it into the box. He cross nearly goes out and play for a goal kick. Doesn't do so. And so Derby are left to hoof it clear. It does eventually end up with the feet of Coyle, who sends it back towards Panda. Panda is encouraged to get things underway quickly from the City fans. But doesn't do so. Lets it at his feet a bit before sending one up towards Burstow on the right wing. Back with Coyle towards Burstow. Burstow just comes through the back of. Referee doesn't want any of it once again. And it's Burstow who's just dispossessed there. Derby now attacking forwards with the ball. Shoots, and it's... I think it may have took a deflection off a City player. Or not. It will be a goal kick for City. I believe it was Jackson that with the shot. And the shot was that bad. I thought it took a deflection. No, the shot was just that bad. So it will be Panda to Hughes to Jones. What up, Planet Ball? What up? Hope you're having a good Saturday. João Pedro just shoving in a few tasty shoulders into the back of one of the Derby County players. And just picks up a yellow card for throwing the ball away there. Or maybe the yellow card was too many of the shoulders into the back. Anyway, João Pedro picked up the yellow card. And it'll be a free kick for Derby. Pretty much on the halfway line now. Another draw for City more than likely. Most likely. About 1 more minute of this injury time left to go. So yeah, looking like it's going to be a another stalemate for City. As the balls are looping and Panda just does well to grab it, even though the dirty Derby players are just going to shove him off course. Jackson goes in there and just pounds him down to the floor. The referee still doesn't want any of it. For a referee that likes to blow it any time there's contact, he's loving how dirty Derby are. It's with Simmons. Simmons crossing one in. And it's out for throw-in. Coyle. Scooping one into the box. Back stick towards Drama. Drama. Looking to get one in towards the City player. Instead he does so and it just gets it towards the keeper. Keeper kicks clear and that will be full time. Really, really frustrating draw that. 1-1. Another draw for City. As we just can't seem to win. We went on a nice little run of form where we won a few games in a row. And then we haven't won in 4 attempts in the league. As it's Derby County 1. Hull City 1. Carl, disappointing result. This really feels like we should have picked up the 3 points here. Certainly. Certainly. Point ball, Hull should definitely have won that game. Most definitely. And yet more rubbish calls from the refs. Certainly, Lee. Can't complain about them though, can you? Because then you're in the wrong. As Tim Volter always finds out. Frustrating that. Annoying, annoying, annoying. So, we will, well, end the stream there. As I will go over to record the reaction video for the channel. So that'll be up within the next hour. So stay tuned on the channel by liking and subscribing. And I will catch you over there. As we end yet another disappointing Hull game. Up the Tigers.